afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovating, and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dean, the one, the only master of propaganda, your only sanctioned source of current entertainment in these times, your beacon of light. In the darkness of the 21st century, we are off here to a 1-1 at Crossroads winter. In the north, it is Elpern, fighting for the Red Army, the Soviet Union. Comrade Stalin taking on the role here of the 25th Mechanized Corps with airborne troops, featuring airdrop weapons, paradrop, airborne rally points, well, airdrop machine guns specifically, guards airborne troops, and the tactical sturmic rocket run with triple infantry bullets in the noting by faster production bullets for the consequence they get out a bit faster. In the south, it is Luvnest himself, fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland, Das Vaterland, forming up here, let's just go with 1st Panther Division here with encirclement, ooh la la, with ambush training, stormtroopers, break supply lines, breakthrough, and close the pocket with double infantry Panzers here. Luvnest leads the 1st Panzer Division on a snowy counterattack during the harsh winter to break the Soviet advance towards Berlin. Well, inevitably Berlin. Push there. We got triple comes there for Elpern. We got Gunner MD42 for Luvnest. Luvnest going for a pretty sort of aggressive spread here. MD42 Pani's heading westwards. The Gunners eastwards. The Gunners heading westwards there. Looks like it's looking to disrupt here Elpern's early game with the Pani MD42 combo there. A bold and confident play here by Luvnest. We'll have to see how Elpern reacts to this. And this is typically not what a course of a player does. No course of using the Pani is a spot for the MD42. So the MD4 connector uses full range since the Pani is connected spot for that. Thumbs up, this Luvnest, very aggressive. Of course, one wrong move, he could actually cost them MD42. Hand it over to Elpern, and you see retreat, which early on could also be quite disruptive. More Gunners there for Luvnest. Meanwhile, they're Elpern moving about. They're also spreading out aggressively here, moving west and eastwards here. Starting to find himself perhaps a bit kerfluffled there by the arrival of the MD42. Also, big thanks to Patrick for donating and supporting the Propagandacast with his hard-earned money. Big thanks to you, Patrick. And remember, you too can pledge on Patreon or donate yourself. Links in the description. Or if you can't, afford that, you can also just comment, like, share, and subscribe and help me fight the YouTube algorithms. More comes from the way of Elpern. We got Gunners versus the conscripts here. Carnot TKs versus mercenary guns. We got Panies moving up. We got sandbags up here by Elpern around the car point. Interesting setup there. Not where you typically see, but certainly if you think about it, makes a bit of sense. Since that way you can cover the area here. The opponent can't need to just, shoot back at you. Just fire at it either. So that's an interesting setup there by Elpern. We got triple Gunners there for Luvnest. Bring about in the west of the Gunners here. He's in the western field with another Gunners squad here. And of course, Luvnest constantly threatening here. Elpern's cut off point there with the Pani MD42 combo. So that's going to force Elpern to divert more forces there. But at the same time, he is swinging hard here. Luvnest's left flank. And he's going to force Luvnest to dispatch more forces to deal with that. Because right now, Elpern is swarming him hard here. Meanwhile, the standoff continues here. Contra trying to sneak again. They're trying to get past MD42. But if he makes one wrong move, then Luvnest is going to suppress that. And maybe push ahead on the right flank. So, bit of tight situation, but there you go. East side, or west side, Luvnest here. The conscripts fighting out there. Gunners close being robbed out here. More Gunners running there for Luvnest for the German army. Gunners there down to just 2 men low on health here. Elpern gaining a strong upper hand here versus Luvnest and the Germans. Almost getting wiped in fact on the Gunners court, but Elpern here of course decides not to push that. Instead he goes for the other Gunners court, trying to force retreat here on Luvnest as fast as possible. Gunners fighting valiantly for the fatherland, but Elpern's conscripts are fighting even more valiantly. There you go, need to retreat here. Conscripts there got 2 kills. Slowly approaching bench 1. We got more troops running here for Luvnest in the end. Elpern is forced to retreat, and he suffers a wipe as well. Yikes. Good work there by Luvnest. Bit of a rough start here for Elpern. Going for replacement conscripts fast. We got airdrop weapons as well, but 7 news of the conscript there is pretty great for Luvnest. Do we have any takeover there for Luvnest? In fact, we do. Gunners going for the car point. Just constant pressure maneuver here. I think Pani charging the knees, forcing retreat, going for the center victory point. Recapturing the car point here. Machine repositioning. Ambush tactic, or ambush camouflage on the way here. For Luvnest, MD42, and units retreating there. Almost got the centers dug in there. Troops reinforcing. Can't grab the S-5040s, but he might be preoccupied with other matters. He could, of course, also now consider a field infirmary. There you go. Does exactly that. Adding the S-5040 semi-automatic rifle. And we got another drop in there as well for Elpern while it's added. Thumbs up there. Luvnest, meanwhile, not missing a beat, like down the light mechanized company foundations here to support the 1st Panzer Division. Gunners going for the cop on. There we go. As soon as Elpern relaxes their bit, Luvnest strikes like a thief in the night. Or a German army in the Ardennes. You get the idea. Those drop weapons have been dropped a bit there. Perhaps Elpern a bit hurried there, sort of just dropping them where they can and sort of realizing, hang on. Hey, comrade, could you not drop it closer to the rest of us? We don't have to walk as far. I didn't join the army to go on long walks. Well, technically you did. Shut up, Boris. You go pick them up then. Going for the cop on there, digging in with sandbags. 251.5 on there for Luvnest. Could be a regular one there, could be a flamethrower upgrade. Possible, they're both, I think, for Luvnest. Medic bunker ready there as well for Luvnest and the 1st Panther Division. An elite division, which in fact, at the early start of the war, was actually one of the best equipped divisions, with actually 2 battalions equipped with armoured half-tracks, which is incredible rare since most Panther divisions back then only had like a company's worth of armoured half-tracks. And as a rule of thumb, actually, if you sort of notice, like, want to pay attention to what division really was elite, it was typically like how many armoured half-tracks it actually got, I find. Anyways, weapon drops there for Elpern again. He still hasn't picked up the other one there, but he's just merrily dropping down SVT-40s, thinking, you know, eventually someone's going to come and pick them up, forgetting that he's the one supposed to do it. But there you go, dug in the cup on the disrupting Luvnest field flow, but of course he's got the 251 ready. The Flammenpanzerwagen soon to as well, meanwhile using it to transport troops, not bad. Pushing the cup on the halted by Luvnest and the German army. And Elpern, of course, has no anti-tank grenades ready. He does not know what's about to hit him. Of course, once he sees the 251 half-track, then again, maybe Luvnest is actually pulling a fast one, using a transport. They're trying to make his opponent think, oh yeah, oh, sick of out there for this. He certainly goes as soon as he sees it pops out there. So maybe it was part of a, you know, a mind game there to think his opponent, okay, it's just for transport, it's not for flamethrower operation, and then suddenly, poof, it actually was. Luvnest playing the long game. And there goes Stormtroops down here, the MP40s, arriving here to support his troops, putting up a fronting score. It's very good there. Take there for Elpern. He needs to grab those SVT-40s, and he's got the anti-tank grenades ready. Now Luvnest is just pushing in here for the German army, sweeping around here on the east side as well. And the west, just a strong push here by Luvnest, relentlessly pushing ahead here for the Fatherland country. He still hasn't grabbed the SVT-40s there. Perhaps he can't actually see them, forgot about them. Hard to say there. Gunny's being shot to bits with the conscripts. We've got the spawn company down there for Elpern. Gunny's being shot further to bits. He might want to get a bit closer, perhaps, but there you go. Gunny is routed. Southeast, we got conscripts there versus the MD42, but there you go. Flammenpanzerwagen to the rescue here under Luvnest command. And conscript pushing ahead here. Engineers laying down the 10-10 command from foundations. Can actually go for T-7 pretty fast. And that's obviously going to put some severe pressure there on Luvnest, since he has no anti-tank weapons at the moment, and he does not have any telemines down as well, by the looks of it. Gunny is caught rather as well the conscripts. Elpern showing no mercy here to Luvnest and his merry band of fascists. We've got the machine gun there dug in there with some ambush. And there we go. Do actually get telemines here for Luvnest. Thumbs up to Luvnest and the German army. The 1st Panzer Division. 10-10 command almost only could go for the T-7 here versus Luvnest. Back here. Troops reinforcing. No upgrades on the gunneries as yet here for Luvnest and the German army as he prepares for the next push. In the east, Pioneer sneaking in there. Slowly advancing with MP40s, comes rolling up here in the east, and there go in the west. Flammenpanzerwagen singeing the conscripts, scorching their flesh and burning it to crisps. Not those kind of crisps. Sandwich on the fuel point. I think Elpern needs to move in swiftly there. He can go for the T-7 light tank now, and there he goes for the T-7 light tank. We got minesweepers up, obviously very much aware of the possibility of telemines here for Luvnest. We can see with the map control, the Luvnest managed to sort of wrest here from Elpern. That is very good foresight there by Elpern. You should generally always assume if you're up against an opponent like Luvnest, they're going to try and lay down mines against you. So 2 thumbs up there to Luvnest and 2 thumbs to Elpern. Roughly on the flank though, catches the conscript, almost getting another RP on Elpern in the early game, but he managed this time around to get it away just narrowly. Right now though, Elpern is incredibly much in the back foot here versus Luvnest. Luvnest being up the pack 40, similarly to how Elpern is aware of the possibility of telemines. Luvnest is obviously aware of the possibility of T-7. It does not hit that one telemine he's laid down, so thumbs up there to Luvnest. Again, there goes Storm's core team charging ahead here. MP4's ready. We've got the T-7 ring in there though. Quick Brandhandgranate in the midst of the conscripts, causing some minor damage there. And perhaps 1 casualty. Yep. Poor Yuri there, caught on fire. Turns his good old luck charm of getting completely hammered and covering himself in vodka before battle worked against him. And looks like Elpern lost another conscript squad actually here. Sending some harsh losses. He's suffering into Luvnest. Luvnest meanwhile just keeps up the pressure, keeps up momentum, not slowing down, not stopping for anything. Back here, troops reinforcing healing for Luvnest. He's something heady, catching the gunners by the point. Firing away there. He's aware of the ambush machine gun, but he can't quite spot it. In this case, though, apparently they just need to touch, and the machine gun himself is actually somehow ambushed as well. That's a bit funny.
We are losing a sector.
There you go, spot the telemine just narrowly forwards. T-70 hits it, sets it off. Good work there by Elpern. Close shave there. Flanking on the Grenadiers behind the heavy cover. Very good. 3 men, and Luvnest quickly pulls back to realize that just be folly. And there go going for the concept of the Flam Panzerwagen. Got the Pack 40 nearby support. They of course expecting the Flamethrower to draw attention from the T-70. Good play there by Luvnest. Sees through Elpern, as if though he is all transparent and glass-like. Pack shoots at the T-70 is going for the MD-42 as it pops its ambush. Weapon drop again here for Elpern. Oh, he has spotted it. There you go, T-70 gets Panther fasted. Machine gun is about to get wiped out here under Luvnest's command. But it does survive with 1 man alive. Barely holding on. Pack 40 pushing it. They're constantly up by Sis 3 Divisional Field Runner for Elpern to deal with it. But also the potential armor that Luvnest, of course, could be tempted to go for. Going in for the Flam Panzerwagen. T-70 repairs. Back here, reinforcing healing. S-54 is ready there. In the center, we got more telemons here for Luvnest. Bouldering them down here under Elpern's nose. Aggressive play there by Luvnest. And there you go, Continental Grenadiers up close with S-5040s. They should have the advantage here. Of course, the Stormtroopers, if they can get within range without getting spotted, in fact, they could use the sprint to get close here. Will definitely turn the tide there. Plus, of course, in this case, the now arriving Flam Panzerwagen here for Luvnest. Grabbing the eastern field point. A lot of back and forth here so far. Elpern certainly finds himself with them defensively as Luvnest, which just keeps up the pressure, keeps up the attack, keeps up the momentum. Not slowing down here. Consequently, Brady catching the Grenadiers for the eastern fuel point. Another wipe. He's 3 conscripts wiped here so far for Elpern. Not great. He really needs to start doing some heavier lifting against Luvnest. He really needs to like, get in some proper kills here. He needs to do some proper damage. But so far, Luvnest is just way ahead of him. He just constantly manages to like, outmaneuver and just keeps up pressure. Whereas Elpern just constantly falls, at least for now, a bit short here. And certainly shows what you can do with a Wehrmacht if you're playing it aggressive, which again, I feel like most of the time you have to. Like, if you try and end up in the defense position with the Wehrmacht, you're usually not in a great spot. But there you go, Gunners right here with the T-70 light tank. Quickly forced away. Forced to retreat in the face of the might of the T-70. Got the M4 sitting up again. Flam Panzerwagen nearby as well. Panzergun's falling up here for Luvnest, putting him at 5 into squads. Meanwhile, Elpern is at 3. You could consider, I suppose, another T-70, though he may be better off trying to go for medium armor now on issue 6. There you go, Flam Panzerwagen caught, but T-70 managed to whiff the shots. Field gun moving up. And we got Guards Airborne out here for Elpern, designed to up the firepower here versus Luvnest and his merry band of fascists. Banning some elite infantry with some rather punchy submachine guns. Stormtroopers may find themselves unpleasantly surprised by that. Particularly with the T-70 backing up here, but they might still get the surprise. There you go. Tactical advance here, perhaps a bit too bold here by Luvnest. Still getting some damage, some kills here. Dropped 2 Guards Airborne members in a matter of seconds. But in this case, Luvnest miscalculated. And the Stormtroopers are looking like they're very much going to be dead here unless Luvnest somehow has the devil's own luck, and he did not. Bit of waste, I don't think that was worth a Stormtrooper scored even remotely. Or perhaps he just somehow managed to not see the T-70 figure, just Guards Airborne. This is going to totally work out. And then it was like, oh, scheisse. There's a T-70 light tank. How did I miss that? Perhaps I should drink less schnapps. Anyway, Sapoma crop there for Luvnest. Guards Airborne routed. Still, that is a wipe here in favour of Elpern versus Luvnest. But the situation is certainly looking hazardous still. Troops reinforcing Link preparing for the next big push here for Elpern. East side here is moving up. And we got the Dishka Airborne, or Dishka machine gun there for Elpern being airdropped. T-70 fixed up. Sandbags crumbling. Troops setting out there for Elpern. Guards Airborne reinforcing. Going there for the Gunners with the T-70 and the conscripts. Small chance of perhaps a wipe here versus Luvnest, but the state gets too close to the Panther fast. There you go. Gets Pack 45 as well there. Could see the T-70 get knocked out. He was not careful. And there you go. Narrowly avoids such an explosive fate. Conscript moving ahead here, but they got the Pack 40 also in line of fire. Machine gun on the troops as well, suppressing some of them. Failed to get the Gunners squad. Does he get it? Does he get it? No. No, he did get it. He did get another wipe here on Luvnest. Elpern slowly turning around here against Luvnest, but he's still got a lot of work to do there. He needs to fix up the T-70 quickly. He needs to clear out that machine there. Got a flank going in. The Panther 4 meanwhile there for Luvnest here. 40-minute mark. Pretty good there. Obviously, less good here for Elpern. Double comes to engage the machine gun there. Could do some heavy damage, but they have to cross, perhaps across some negative cover. T-70 taking fire from the Grenadiers. Crew forced to retreat. Popping into the building here. Panther halfway down there for Luvnest. He's the eastern fuel point and the cut-off point for it. Another field gun for Elpern. He's clearly aware where the situation is going, and it is not towards him getting out and making him tank first. Back 40 trying to get the T-7 not quite picking up. Panzer moving ahead here. Into line of fire. The SPT-40 building conscripts forcing a retreat here. Disco crewed up. Need to fix up the T-70 still. Could try and play more into the west side here. Maybe try and play around Luvnest there. But of course, Luvnest has some great field control here. In particular, making good use of the flame for half track. And now with the Panther 4 added, the challenge certainly is rising in Elpern. Guards able moving ahead here. More gunners there for Luvnest. Went from 5 to 15 to scores. Almost makes up for those 3 wipes here that Elpern suffered versus Luvnest. T-7 is almost good to go. Double field guns will certainly prove to be a problem for the Panther 4, but also potentially in support weapons. And there you go. Panther guns ambushing the guards airborne, getting several hits. And there you go. Grenade on the retreat path. Close one there, but not quite. Not quite. The result here, I imagine, that Elpern was hoping for. Field gun gets a great on the Panther 4, pushing Luvnest to force it away there. Field guns moving ahead here. Also extending pressure into the left flank. Then we've got Grenadiers ambushed out there with light machine guns ready to open up the Soviets there. The Russian bastards. There you go. Getting killed immediately again. Ambush. Camouflage basically provides, besides, camouflage, a 5-second ambush bonus, increases accuracy, which is great for stuff like light machine guns. So, quite a bit of burst damage there. Panther moving up. East side here, a bit of progress. Constant the fire from the other side of the hedgerow by the Panther 4. Elpern may want to consider taking up soon here. He can build the mechanized ammo company, even if he can't get anything out of it right away. It would be, I think, a good idea to get something out of it. Sees Eastern munitions here. We got 509 demo charge in the building. Cheeky there by Elpern. Cheeky. But needs to stabilize those victory points and needs to stabilize them quickly. More pioneers there for Luvnest, and the first Panzer Strong team ahead again caught with the Pack 40. Great hit from the Pack 40 and the T-7 light tank, punching through the armor with ease. Could use the field fire to bombard the machine gun nest to clear it out maybe, except it does not have the munitions, so that very much scraps that plan. More to get video for Elpern, I suppose, instead. I tell you what would be a good idea here. Mines was up for Luvnest as well, not taking any chance with certain mines, so Elpern does not have much opportunity to delay any down. Luvnest by can soon go for another Panther 4 that give Elpern a bit of a harder time. Of course, it could be that Luvnest has bigger plans, but so far is not revealing them. Or acting on them at least. T-7 push back again. That Pack 40 is proving to be a bit of a nuisance here for Elpern and the Red Army. The 24th Mechanized Corps. There you go. Guards being shredded out now by the Grenadiers and the Panthers backing up here. Luvnest being effective use of infantry support weapons. And, oh, there you go. Punishment. But they actually missed the demo charge. Perhaps. Elpern's east position once more a bit on top. Then he still need to fix up the T-70. And still needs to take up as well. Disco with the advancing punch. But there you go. Getting flanked here. But Luvnest going to be showing no mercy to the Bolsheviks. But there you go. Counter flank here by Elpern's conscripts. Striking back at the fascist Grenadiers. Striking hard with their rifles. The determination to overcome the enemy. And there you go. Film bombarding at close range. Forcing Grenadiers to pull back. Kept the fuel secure. But doesn't matter if they're not using it to take up eventually. Luvnest, meanwhile, is going for Tier 4 here, feeling pretty emboldened by the current state of affairs. Just push for Tier 4. Bit risky versus Elpern. Bit risky. Meanwhile, we've got more gunners being added, giving ambush camouflage. Very good there. Nice to see that they're being utilised overall. Nice to see someone actually using encirclement for that matter. Comes with those gunners. Gunners force back. Field gun moving up here. Back here. Troop reinforcing. Healing Panther T-7 almost good to go. Field guns really on the move here. Elpern with a great big push, but still needs to secure the right rear areas here as well and needs to get those victory points. He's down to 87 here versus Luvnest. T-7 going for the pioneers, forcing a successful retreat here. 7 killed for T2. Going for the machine gun. Darts airborne tank from the north. Still feel like a more to be a great pick here for Elpern. Or that from that some tech into a T-34. Time for me to try to find the field gun, but they don't set up in time. There you go. Guards airborne pushing the machine gun out in the open here. Good move there by Elpern. But we got the Panther moving into counter that moving. There you go. Teasing moving straight to the front of the pack. 40 not great. Panther moving up here. Guards Airborne about 15 as well here. Elpern sees control of the centre, but again, Risk loses control of the east side, which is not great, including the victory point there. T-70 almost knocked out. Guards Airborne causing heavy loss, but the counter stuff as well hits the Grenadiers. Furious hand-to-hand combat between Elpern and Luvnest as the first Panzer Division tries to avoid losing control of the centre of the map here to Elpern and the 25th Mechanized Corps. In the east, almost got the victory point back here for the German army. Elpern still isn't taken up. At this point, he may just want to consider more pioneers, 8 repairs with tanks. But I'll just build that, mechanized armor company because he's going to need either that soon, or he needs to bring in HM6s for some, more mobile anti-tank warfare there. And grab that victory point. More engineers left Elpern, finally, very good. Very good. Meanwhile, Luvnest and the 1st Panzer Division building up the heavy Panzer Corps, preparing for more heavily armoured reinforcements, Panther, Sturm Panzers, and the less armoured Panzerwerfer. Dishka covering the centre. There we go. Engineers ready. Setting the mechanized armour company up immediately. Guards Airborne are reinforced. Almost good to go. Counter-attack here for Luvnest. Wishes to gain control of the eastern side here again. West side here we got a long grenadier squad hiding behind a wall there. Ready to ambush any Soviets to decide that the west is open. It is not. There you go. But in this case they're going to get surprised with the Guards Airborne. Could well merge constantly with it as they go to keep them in full strength. T-70 still need repairs, but the mechanized armor company is almost done. The engineers should be freed up soon as well. 2 victory points on control here of Elpern and the Red Army. Panther 4 on the move here. 7 kills, close to veterans 1. Luvnest keeps up the advance here. Constantly opening up field and setting up in position to try and repulse any armored assault there. West side here making good progress. Keep the Constantly up here for the cut-off point, I think. But obviously, Elpern is managing a lot. There's Luvnest just hammering away there. Can soon go for the T-34-76, which would help both infantry and medium armoured to a degree. Luvnest, meanwhile, is not far off from Panthers or Sturmpanzer. In fact, he can go for the Sturmpanzer for now. And he will go for the Panther very soon. We'll have to see what he goes for, but he could definitely make those choices. Sturmpanzer for it is, and T-34-76 were there for Elpern and the Red Army. Luvnest now controlling now the victory point, but of course he has a significant lead. Machine up the quick losing the gunner though to conscripts. Jürgen drops dead as Ludwig watches in horror. Gunner's going for the victory point there. Sturmpanzer halfway done, almost there for Luvnest. Elpern's conscript being bombarded by machine gun fire, both heavy and light. Plus the pack 4 they're shining the covered season running to the scene, but a bit too late here to assist Elpern's Frontevics. More troops moving in there. Still a bit limited. Guards Airborne freshly setting out again. T-34-76 almost done. And we got pretty much every ability is now available here for Luvnest, including close the pocket. It would be great to see that be used in a 1 vs 1. From north here, Guards Airborne and 5 from the Panther 4. T-34-76 finally arrives here for Elpern and the 25th Mechanized Corps. Grenadiers firing with the light machine and gewehr. Panther 4 setting out. Got the Sturmpanzer around there for Luvnest, shattering trees, squirrels displaced as they're flung through the skies. Panther going for the field gun, shoots misses. People riding the Grenadiers with ease. Dishka catching the Pioneers, Elpern situation tanks look a bit more stable now versus Luvnest. Of course, the Sturmpanzer fear if full hand is going to be a real problem. Plus, he has some pretty potent disruptive stuff here that close the pocket, break supply line, and break through. In fact, he can almost set up for that with the. If he gets on it, he can pop, break supply line, and then close the pocket. That would be pretty cheeky. If it popped in the correct place, it could be very cheeky breaky. T-4 getting the Sturmpanzer, gets a good hit there. Elpern needs more tanks. He may also want to consider tank destroyers down the road. And he's caught here by the Dishka machine gun once more. T-70 is also good to go here for Elpern and the Red Army. T-34-76 number 2 is now available here for Elpern to build if he wants to. Though of course he may be planning an HD5. And there you go, Panzer dropping the ambush in the conscript, causing significant casualties. As well aimed precision fire. Both Yuri and Dyatlov are well expunged from the annals of life. There you go, film right in the building here, forcing the Grenadiers out them to go for the victory point here. West side being steadily secured here by Elpern, could even threaten Luvnest's fuel supply here, as he's doing the same here to Elpern in the east. Dishka there being suppressed, flanked by the Grenadiers, Sturmpanzer up as well there further to add damage and pain. And this is the sentiment being brought by the T-34-76. Troops reinforcing. T-34 from 6 number 2 halfway down there. Going for the fuel in the east, cutting off the fuel in the west. Lots of action in the center. The fight continues there as well. Pioneer squad almost wiped out. And we get a break supply line. I repeat, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting a break supply line. We could be seeing a close to pocket in a 1 versus 1 match by Luvnest. Yes, close to pocket. Achtung, Achtung, Hexenkessel. T-70 knocked out. It's the other T-34 to arrive. There goes rocket strikes. Raining down, Kanska's guards airborne being hammered. Stuka drops going down as well. Both field guns cleared up. A devastating strike to Elpern and the Red Army. The troops still caught up. The Elpern is shocked as Luvnest launches the full might of the Luftwaffe. I think even some of Luvnest have been caught in it, but I don't think Luvnest cares. Troops coming on, they don't care about the losses. T-54 knocked out. Almost got the Storm Punch and the Panther 4. Field guns utterly annihilated. Elpern just lost all of his anti-tank weapons. Utter chaos, utter ruination, utter Deutschland. Sturmpanzer down, the T-34 down. A brutal slaughter here. Elpern just lost most of what he had. Luvnest certainly took some losses as well, but he came a lot ahead of that one. Much better. Good Lord. Elpern quick to go for another T-34 from 6 as he picks up the pieces and gets the Panther 4 with an anti-tank grenade, salvaging at least some parts of the station and get out the T-34 fast enough. He could actually maybe turn this around as he can cause some heavy damage to Luvnest's troops who are currently scattered and thus very vulnerable to the T-34 from 6. But that was a beautiful close-up pocket, something you so rarely see, but it brings a smile to my face whenever I do see it. It does bring a smile to my face. A big fat grin. Disc being moved out there. I'm sure the Elpern may not be quite sharing in my enthusiasm, and I can understand why, but ultimately, I do smile. Still, Elpern keeps fighting despite the losses, despite the horrendous casualties, the shock and awe unleashed upon him by Luvnest. In fact, at this point, Luvnest is just one ability away from having gotten full doctrinal bingo on encirclement in a 1 versus 1. T-4 going straight for the gun. He's getting a good hit there. Panther one for Luvnest, trying to escalate here with some heavier armor. Even as Elpern is trying to, well, de-escalate by killing Luvnest's stuff. Coach holding up, he's trying to take the gun into some close quarters there. Trying for some wipes. He needs to get some kills here into Luvnest. He needs to get those kills. There you go. Pack 40 ready. Need his ace level there. Target weak point. Oh dear. I don't think Elpern's expecting that. And we could see the T-34 being destroyed here within Luvnest's base. Oh, brutal. Yes, indeed. Elpern caught off guard there. Because who expects target weak point from the opponent's Pack 40 within their own base? Elpern sure as hell didn't. And Luvnest took full advantage of that. Grenade in the retreating Panthers, forcing retreat here. Counter-attack of the engineers conscript against the pioneers. But now Elpern is actually in a pretty tight position as Luvnest just fights as ferociously as ever. Big 2 points being scored here by Elpern versus Luvnest. Troops enforcing healing, setting out. Ace Pack 40 setting out. The machine that's pressing the troop force on the way there. Just coming up the eastern flank here for Elpern. Troops enforcing. Pioneers advancing here for Luvnest. And there you go. Panzer Kampfwagen 5 mobilized here for Luvnest. For Deutschland, the 1st Panzerdivision. Panther getting away in the west here. We got Crossroads, the Pioneers. And we got breakthrough, which is effectively a combat blitz for your tanks, except it lasts almost a minute. Also allows you to grab points pretty fast, which is definitely great. It's definitely very well looked ability. It's great to see someone like Luvnest perhaps recognize it. Though he's just messing about, but it's a pretty good ability, like enough tanks for or Stoops, since this is the only way you can get your Stoops blitz, by the way. And now, oh my God, we might see a second close to pocket. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting a second close to pocket. This time, though, Elpern is ready. He is ready. Just shattering the sandbags and any squirrels within the vicinity. This time again, the Elpern was able to get his force away there. He's down to 19 versus the 142 of Luvnest. Luvnest Panther rolling in, engaging the disc up close with violence. Troops pinned down to the ground, begging for sweet relief and mercy. There's none to be found. There's only Deutschland. Ground western pocket here with the Gunneers quickly ambushing in there. Very good. Guards Airborne was the punch going to do here. Comes in east will see it with engineers in support. 2 kills on the Panther. Bit of mortifier there. From the close the pocket abilities as well, since all cut points that aren't cut off are still at the front line, basically get hammered with a bit of mortifier. Obviously not the primary use of the ability, but you know, it can, you know, be a bit helpful here and there, but it's kind of a weak side of the ability, but you know, I suppose it's more than fair enough. And it's constant flank behind the Panther, forcing retreat here. Elpern is holding on. 17 points left here. He is a fighter, a warrior, a socialist, a devout one of that too. Now he's got, I don't know, the NKVD breathing down his neck. Panther going up the centre, and then he set the pin-up machine into the Panther. Well, he doesn't need to, but it would be nice. Either way, though, I just want to stress that we've got full bingo on Encirclement Doctrine in a 1 versus 1 from Luvnest. I don't think anyone here in the channel has right now imagined I would ever utter those words, or anyone would ever utter those words, but here we are. The year's 2020, and things are not what you expected them to be. Ground the western victory point there. Got the carve point here. T-3461 the Elpern and the Red Army. As he braces himself for another assault here from Luvnest. Another close to pocket, perhaps. Who knows what things Luvnest have hidden up his sleeves, or shall we say his pockets. Calling in air support here with the Guards Airborne. Elpern throws in everything he's got here to throw back the fascists. He's holding on to the victory points. He is relentlessly attacking and counter-attacking. He is fighting with the zeal of 1,000 Soviets. And there you go. Luvnest going for it again. He's going for it again, the man. But this time, though, he got hit by a mine. Still, Luvnest doesn't care. And there we go. Another closer pocket. But this time, though, the territories aren't quite cut off. I think it's a bit harder to tell this time around. Looks like the centre victory point is, in fact, connecting them a bit. But no. Apparently, that actually was cut off somehow. I'm not sure all the way, though. All the way, though, Elpern, as you might notice, is taking no chances. He has been scarred, he has been traumatized. From now on ever, whenever he just hears the Jericho trumpet, even like, you know, outside of the game, he'll just start running. He will just start running. And there you go, cutting off there. Activates the rest here. Oh no! Careful, the Luvnest! It actually has friendly fire! It's a lesson I learned the hard way, by the way. But it has friendly fire. It's not... So you can actually risk losing units to it if you're not careful. Oh, we've got 397 versus 11. Elpern, though, is still in the fight. 3 close to pockets. Unimaginable casualties, yet Elpern is fighting. The courage, the skill, the audacity. The sheer testicular fortitude. Which many men can only envy. Except, of course, Luvnest, because he's clearly got more. Anyways, M4 to the conscripts. 8th level there, hosing them down. T-Flame on the west side, pressing there, trying to avoid the Panther just hurt Luvnest infantry as much as possible. Almost got the machine of the conscripts. We got 387 versus 11. Elpern just keeps chipping away there at Luvnest victory point count. He's got a Sturm punch on the way. Seizing the eastern points. Disc moving up there. And fresh troops moving out to Elpern. Sturmpanzer slowly getting ready here for Luvnest for Deutschland, the 1st Panzer Division. 10 points left for Elpern. 10 points. He's going for field guns. More Sis-3 divisional field guns. But I think he's going to be more careful about where he positions them next time. I think that is more than safe to say. Going for the car point there with the Pioneers. The Engineers clashing, going. Mines going down the western victory point here. T-54 supporting assault here, but the guards having the control of the right flank here. Luvnest's men are breaking home line. Nope, he spaced them out there, so there's a bit of a layer to the defense here. Shredding the infantry, being hard to just clear out with high explosives. Field gun ready, T-54 disengaging. Almost got these some victory point loose on the center one here, as Luvnest launches another furious infantry assault. His men trudging through the snow, the mat and the corpses. Oh, might want to grab the point here, Elpern. Just a quick note. And he's reinforcing field gun sitting out there for Elpern. That's his 3-divisional field gun. Sturmpanzer on the west side here, Pack 40 machine gun backing up here. Comes here going for the Panther, comes in before 2 backing up. Machine being bombarded here by the Sturmpanzer 4. Got these some victory points, Sandbags dug in there as well. We got 10 versus 3 and 79. Fielding gets a good hit on the Panther 4. Another T-54 6 of Elpern. He is somehow slowly crawling back from the abyss of those massive bomb craters Luvnest just inflicted upon him. Fielding gets a great in the Sturmpanzer. Sees an eastern point here. Going here for the Sturmpanzer. Shot bounces. Comes in the fight from the Sturmpanzer. There you go. They managed to prepare the sandbags. We got all 3 points control of Elpern. Again, need to be careful with the T-34 though. I don't think he can afford losing that now. Comes going for the Sturmpanzer. Warming up here. Sturmpanzer down to less than half health. Could he take it out? The field gun being bombarded by Canadian's flank machine guns. Could risk losing in here. Almost got the Sturmpanzer though. Field gun barely narrowly pulled away. T-34 number 2 arrives. Almost got the Sturmpanzer. Oh dear, he's going to take it out. And Luvnest Panther can't support it because he's got a damaged engine. Guards airborne fighters are going to need to pop a grenade and need to retreat. Might be too late though. There you go, forcing the grenadiers away. Almost got the Sturmpanzer. Ah, got Team Hemo. Oh, the main gun is out. The main gun is out. Eastern point secured. T-54 charging in there. Can he get the Sturmpanzer? Pack 40 crew by the gears, but the Sturmpanzer splattered. And wait. What? Was it the Pack 40 that did it somehow? Was it the field gun? I don't know. Something took out the Sturmpanzer. And he tried to ram it, but got stuck out there. I think things are getting a bit too hectic in France. We've got 316 versus 10, though. Elpern's forces are in disarray, but Luvnest seems to be in a bit of an awkward spot as well. The T-54 force holding back with heavy damage inflicted. Going for the car point. I think Luvnest is going to go for a 4th close the pocket. A 4th one. The madman. The hero, depending on your perspective. And who pays your bills. Stug all the way for Luvnest. Truly hauling out the most wondrous of Wunderwaffen, the Sturmgeschütz. Almost got a consquat there. And we got the 4th close to the pocket. I think, is he just doing it to try and take out the T-34? And now the T-34 is just trying to escape. Everything being launched at it as the entire cemetery is being churned up and desecrated. T-34 knocked out. Trying to grab the field gun, but he's taking too much damage. T-54 and Diner repairs. Field gun there about to get cleared out. So close yet so far. We got 291 versus 10. Stug almost done there for Luvnest. For Deutschland. Need to hit the pinlock machine. Grab the Eastern victory point here. Comes getting centerwards here. Grab the car point there. Troops reinforcing and repairing everything he's just happening for Elpern. He's got 10 points left, but he still managed to track Luvnest this far down. That is, again, absolutely impressive. Some sheer skill there from Elpern. Many lesser players, I think, at this point would have given up. I probably would. And again, that'd probably be the one with the encirclement doctrine. So probably be giving up. Anyways, comes to this, the punch guns is here. Pinned down and being shredded up north. Luvnest forced to retreat there. T-34 coming up, not fully repaired, but Elpern can't afford to wait to repair. Panther and Diner repairs as well. They're 12 kills though. Hasn't he not got the pinlock machine, which also adds a nice sort of infantry damage there. Definitely could do that. Of course, I also acknowledge that would detract from more closer pockets from Luvnest, and yes, normally I would advocate more machines in the armor, but close the pockets, good, if you know how to use it. And it's getting points in the west. Elpern takes up the T-54 and grabbing these munitions. He is still somehow again holding most of the map against Luvnest though. Some really audacious tactics from Elpern, but they're actually working. But they are quite expensive, but they're actually somehow working. He's still bleeding out Luvnest. But though Luvnest may soon of course return with another whirlwind assault here that could throw Elpern off. We'll have to see. But, yes. Guns are being run here by the MG40 grenadiers with a light machine gun. More guns being around the centre. Another T-fitted force from 6 off Elpern. Dish holding up in the centre. Guns going for the Western victory point. You got 251 versus 10. And will Luvnest actually go for a 5th close-to pocket? I think 4 close-to pockets might actually be a record in a 1 versus 1 match, by the way. I don't need... perhaps not overall. Like, I'm fairly certain I might have occasionally done 5 in a match, but even those, like, incredibly rare. That set 4 is still damn impressive, even more so in a 1 versus 1 match. I also think Crossroads might actually be a map that seems to actually be designed for it to be useful, since some maps are actually quite terrible to use close to pocket on, but Crossroads, at least Crossroads Winter, seems to be almost made for it in mind. Almost, because I'm fairly certain most people seem to have forgotten it exists. Anyways, Luvnest is trying hard. Elpern this time falling back. He's rammed the T-flips front. He's trying to take out the Panther, but it may just cost him. Everything else is in our front line is very much exposed, weakened. He's still holding some of the victory points. His guards have them being routed. Machine gun stone here from Luvnest, but can he actually use it in time? Stoop charging ahead. He's going for another one. He's going for it. Breakthrough with the Stoop. We got the Blitzstug. Blitzstug. And a 5th close to pocket. Needs to be careful not losing his Stoop to that, by the way. That'd be a bit awkward. Yeah, 5 close to pockets. Truly game of the year. Game of the century. The decade. The millennium. We'll write history books about this game. 5 close to pockets. 5, ladies and gentlemen. Not 4. Not 6. 5 close to pockets. And this is why Communities 2 is the best RTS in the world. Because you can't play close to pocket anyone else. And there you go. Shattering Elpern's infantry with it. The Stoop survives it all. It doesn't care. Grenadiers being shattered. They might care a bit. And there you go with this. Elpern is shattered. But good lord, what a fight. Brutal, just punishing attacks there. Elpern are really suffering in the early game from all those wipes. I think he did not suffer those, been able to use his manpower, I think, more than other things. I think he'd be in a much better state, but even then, he was really close at times. Really, really close. Perhaps some more maneuvers, some slight mistakes from Luvnest. I think he might have a better chance of this, but in the end, it just never quite materialized, and just Luvnest kept up with the close to pockets, the punishing attacks, the strikes, the breakthroughs. Just glorious. So I hope you enjoyed this match as much as I did casting it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment, all that jazz. This is Imperial and cheers. Thank you for watching. You all a wonderful audience. So, till tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.